Class 12th, Subject Physics, 5th chapter, Oscillations. From the chapter, let us see SHM as a projection of UCM. SHM, that is simple harmonic motion, as a projection of uniform circular motion, that is UCM. In order to prove this SHM as a projection of UCM, let us consider an anticlockwise uniform circular motion of a particle P along the circumference of this circle of radius equal to r and center O, which lies at the origin of this coordinate system. Now, the angular positions of this particle at different points will be decided with the help of this reference OX. This OX will decide the angular positions of that particle along the circumference of that circle. That is, when that particle is at point E along OX, at that time the angular position will be theta is equal to 0, because that angle will be measured with respect to OX, and then when that particle is at point E, therefore angle theta will be equal to 0. Now when it is at point F, at that time theta will be equal to 90 degree or pi by 2 radian. When it is at point G, then angular position will be theta equal to 180 degree or pi radian. Similarly, when that particle is at point H, at that time theta will be equal to 270 degree or 3 pi by 2 radian. Again, when that particle comes back to position E after completing one oscillation, at that time theta will be here equal to 360 degree or 2 pi radian. So if we consider now this circle, then at any instant of time t equal to 0, so when time t is equal to 0, let that particle P is at position E on the horizontal reference line, and therefore let this position of particle be P0 with reference angle phi with the reference line OX. So when that particle is at position PO, the angle made is equal to phi with line OX. Then during time t, it has angular displacement omega t. So after some time t, it moves from P0 to P, so that angular displacement equal to omega t, and so that this total angle, that is POE, will be equal to theta equal to omega t plus phi. Now let the diameter FH, that is vertical diameter FH, this is the vertical diameter FH along y-axis as the reference diameter, and OM be the projection of that position vector R, that is OP, on it. So OP will represent the position vector for this particle P when it is present at P at time t. Then this perpendicular drawn on the vertical diameter, that is PM, will represent the projection for this position P, and this M will lie along the vertical diameter. So initially when that particle is at point E, its projection will be at O. When it moves to P0, its projection will be again on this y-axis. When it moves to P, its projection is along y-axis. When it will move to F, its projection will be along y-axis. So along positive direction of y-axis, when that particle is moving from E to F, the projection will move from O to F. Now for next, when that particle moves from F to G, now at that time the projections for different positions of that particles will be again directed on the same. But in this case, when particle moves from E to F, the projection will move from O to M, that is towards M, that is O to F. But when that particle moves from F to G, that projection will come from F to O. Again, when that particle moves from G to H, at that time these projections will be, that is the perpendiculars drawn from the positions of the particle on y-axis, will move from O to H. And when that particle moves from H to E, the projections will again move from H to O. So in this way, the projections of that particle for its different positions will be shown. Now let us see first, that is projection of the displacement. So what will be the projection of the displacement? So at any time t, the projection or position vector OM. So if you consider this position vector OM, so this is the position vector OM when that particle is at point P at any instant of time t. So this will be the position vector or the projection here. So in this case, as this angle is here phi, this is omega t, total angle will be equal to omega t plus phi, that is equal to theta. Now these two lines will be parallel to each other, this will be its intersection, and therefore this angle will be equal to again theta, that is omega t plus phi, because alternate angles. Now from this triangle PMO, for this angle theta, this projection, that is displacement of the projection along the vertical axis, that is y, will be opposite side, and therefore we will have to define sin theta. So from this triangle, sin theta will be equal to opposite upon this hypotenuse, that is y upon this r, and therefore this y will be equal to r into sin theta, and therefore the projection of displacement OM will be equal to OP sin theta, and that is nothing but y will be equal to r sin theta, but theta is omega t plus phi, and therefore y is equal to r sin omega t plus phi. This will represent the projection of that particle, and from this relation it is clear that this equation of displacement is for the linear SHM. So here that particle is performing uniform circular motion, but this equation is similar to that of the equation for the displacement of linear SHM, which is given as that already we have seen, x is equal to a sin omega t plus phi. X is equal to a sin omega t plus phi. X will be replaced here by y, which will represent displacement. A will be replaced by r. So here r will be the amplitude of this SHM, and therefore this equation will represent the equation for the displacement of linear SHM. So here the particle is performing uniform circular motion, and its projection will represent the simple harmonic motion, that is SHM. Now let us see the projection of velocity. For that purpose, again we have considered this circle. Center of the circle lies at the origin of the coordinate axis. Then if you consider this position P, PM will represent projection for position P. Now in this case, for this circle, the linear velocity phi will be always tangent to the circle to that point, and therefore at point P, this tangent will represent phi equal to r omega. v equal to r omega, that is the linear velocity. So at each and every point this velocity will be tangential to the circle. Again at this topmost position velocity will be along this direction, that is tangent to the circle. And therefore if you consider the geometry of this figure, if this angle is theta made by the position vector OP, then this angle will be again theta. As this angle is theta, from this triangle, as it is right angle triangle, because this will be the tangent, this will be the radius, so perpendicular will be here tangent to that radius, and therefore from this triangle if you consider this angle as theta, this side will be adjacent side, and therefore we will have to define cos theta. This will be the hypotenuse, which will be nothing but the radius, and therefore as v is equal to r omega, therefore we can write for this velocity Vy equal to r omega cos theta, r omega cos theta, because velocity v is equal to r omega, and so Vy will be equal to r omega into cos theta, because here we have defined by considering this adjacent side, as this side is r omega, this will be r omega, that will be the hypotenuse, this is the adjacent side, and therefore adjacent side will be equal to hypotenuse into cos of that angle, that is cos theta, and therefore Vy equal to r omega cos theta. Now this will be written as Vy equal to r omega cos omega t plus phi. Now this equation will represent the velocity along y-axis, that is the component of velocity along y-axis when that particle is performing uniform circular motion. But already we have studied that velocity of a particle performing linear SHM is given as similar to this equation. That equation is phi equal to a omega cos omega t plus phi. Phi is equal to a omega cos omega t plus phi, and therefore in this case Phi will represent phi, and this r omega will be similar to that of a omega, and therefore this equation will represent the equation of velocity of a particle performing linear SHM. And now let us consider the next case, that is the projection of acceleration in case of SHM. Now the projection of acceleration. Again in this case, if you consider the acceleration of that particle performing uniform circular motion, then in this case we can say that the instantaneous acceleration, that is acceleration at any instant of time of that particle P in circular motion, is the radial or centripetal acceleration of magnitude r omega square, which will be directed towards the center of that circle, that is towards point O. So when that particle is performing uniform circular motion, at that time its acceleration will be radial or centripetal acceleration, and that's radial or centripetal acceleration will be always directed towards the center of the circular path, whose magnitude will be r omega square, and therefore it will be the projection of the reference diameter, and that will be given as, now that radial or centripetal acceleration will be given as ay will be equal to minus r omega square sine theta. That will be written as minus r omega square sine of omega t plus phi, minus r omega square sine omega t plus phi. So in this case, this equation will be again similar to that of the equation of acceleration of a particle performing linear SHM, that is A is equal to minus a omega square sine omega t plus phi, minus a omega square sine omega t plus phi, which will be similar to this equation in case of uniform circular motion. Further, this equation will be written as minus omega square y, because this r sin omega t plus phi. R sin omega t plus phi is nothing but y, and therefore that acceleration ay will be equal to minus omega square y. So this equation is similar to that of the equation for the displacement, that is the acceleration of the particle performing SHM, and therefore this will be the corresponding acceleration for linear SHM. So this will represent linear SHM. So in this case, y is equal to r sin omega t plus alpha, that is the projection of UCM along that vertical diameter as the SHM. This also velocity will also represent SHM, and this acceleration will also represent SHM, and therefore we can say that the projection of UCM along any diameter of the reference circle is the projection of SHM. The projection of the UCM when that particle is performing this circular motion or uniform circular motion, then SHM will be considered as the projection of UCM, that is, that particle will perform uniform circular motion along the circumference of the reference circle, and its projection will perform SHM between the two extreme positions. So this will be regarding SHM as a projection of UCM. And now let us see the next point, that is the phase of SHM. Phase of SHM. What is actually phase? The continuously varying quantity, that is angular displacement theta, which is equal to omega t plus phi in SHM, is called as phase of SHM or phase angle for that SHM. The continuously varying quantity, that is angular displacement theta, which is equal to omega t plus phi in SHM, is called as phase of SHM or the phase angle. So in this case, this angle theta is equal to omega t plus phi continuously changes depending upon the position of the particle along the circumference, and therefore that angle is called as the phase or phase angle, and therefore phase or phase angle theta equal to omega t plus phi. Now let us consider different positions. As shown in the first diagram, different positions we will have to consider, and these positions will be for theta is equal to 0, theta is equal to 90 degree, theta is equal to 180 degree, and theta is equal to 270 degree. Similarly for this 360 degree. And therefore let us consider the first case, that is when phase theta is equal to 0. When that phase theta is equal to 0, so we can say that phase theta is equal to 0, it will represent that the particle is at the mean position. The particle is at mean position moving towards the positive side during the beginning of the first oscillation. So when this theta is equal to 0 here, at that time it will represent that the particle is at the mean position O, and now it will move along the positive side of this vertical axis as particle moves, or that angle goes on increasing from 0 onwards. Now when the particle reaches again at point E by completing one circular path, at that time angle 360 will be now covered by that particle, and therefore in this case for the first oscillation theta will be equal to 0, and the phase angle 360 degree, that is equal to 2 pi, is the beginning of second oscillation, and so on. So when initially that particle is at point E, theta will be equal to 0. When it completes one revolution, angle will be equal to 360 degree. So that 360 degree angle will be the angle at the beginning of the second revolution. So like this, that particle will go on continuously revolving and the value of theta will continuously change. Similarly, let us consider the second case when phase equal to 180 degree or pi radian. That is when that particle is here at point G, angle will be equal to 180 degree or pi radian. Now in this second case we can say that phase theta is equal to 180 degree or pi radian, and it will represent that during its first oscillation the particle is at the mean position and moving towards the negative side. It will move towards the negative side. It will move towards the negative side. And similar state in the second oscillation will be having its phase theta is equal to 360 degree plus 180 degree or 2 pi plus pi radian and so on. And now let us consider the third case when phase theta is equal to 90 degree. So when phase theta is equal to 90 degree, that particle will be at point F. So this will represent now the extreme position, and therefore in this case, in the third case, when phase theta is equal to 90 degree or pi by 2 radian, it will represent that the particle is at the positive extreme position during the first oscillation. So during first oscillation, when theta is equal to 90 degree, that particle will be at positive extreme position of the SHM, and then the similar state for the second oscillation will be 360 plus 90 degree or 2 pi plus pi by 2 and so on. Now let us consider the last case, that is when phase theta is equal to 270 degree or 3 pi by 2 radian. At that time, when theta is equal to 270 degree or 3 pi by 2, it will represent that the particle is at negative extreme position during the first oscillation. So when theta is equal to 270 degree, at that time at this negative extreme position that particle will be present, and when it completes again one oscillation, then for the second oscillation it will be theta equal to 360 degree plus 270 degree or 2 pi plus 3 pi by 2 radian and so on. So like this, that particle will perform continuously circular motion or uniform circular motion, and we can say that the SHM will be considered as the projection of UCM. So when theta is equal to 0, that particle will be at the mean position, then it will go towards the positive extreme position. When theta is equal to 90 degree, that particle will be at positive extreme position. When theta is equal to 180 degree, at that time again it will be at mean position, but it will move towards negative side. And when theta is equal to 270 degree, at that time the particle will be at the negative extreme position. So this will be regarding the SHM as a projection of UCM and the phase of SHM.